All right, Colorado, if you want to catch those fall leaves, we are not past peak, even though this past weekend was the main peak weekend for most of the high country. We'll still have a few days of peak fall colors in a lot of the main areas at or above 8,000 to 9,000 feet across most of the mountains over the next couple of days. However, by next weekend, October the 3rd, Friday, October the 3rd, Saturday, October the 4th, and Sunday, October the 5th, it will be borderline past peak in a lot of those main areas. I'm talking Kenosha Pass, Guanella Pass, the peak-to-peak highway, areas at or above 9,000 feet. We're going to be close to being just past peak. However, first of all, there will still be some color left over, even if you're just slightly past peak. It's just not going to be maybe as widespread. Some of those leaves will likely come down. The other thing to note is that we do have a cold front that moves through Friday night and Saturday morning. Depending on how strong the winds are with that could bring down a fair few of those fall leaves. So just worth keeping in mind that as we head over the next few days, maybe our last good chance to catch some of those good fall colors for us in the high country. However, areas a little further down. So think about 6,000 to 8,000 feet. That'd be places like Golden Gate Canyon State Park. You're starting to think about maybe White Ranch, some of those areas, Mount Sanitas outside of Boulder, those peak colors getting more into the foothills. So Evergreen, Conifer, Bailey, those areas, again, at or below 8,000 feet, 8,500 feet, that's where we'll likely be looking at close to peak colors this weekend. If you're outside of the foothills of the Denver area, you're thinking about maybe Eagle County, just around Vail, for example, in the town of Vail, in the towns of, say, Edwards, again, where you're talking about that elevation closer to about 7,000, 8,000 feet. That's where probably we're looking at that primo zone for those peak fall colors this upcoming weekend. So those are some general ideas about where to look for those fall foliage kind of peak colors for this upcoming weekend, October the 3rd through October the 5th. But meantime, for most of the main areas, as we head over the next few days, still looking at those peak colors.